Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Ski Views, bringing you a new podcast from my series called the Super Sentai View. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And also, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain true adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain true adult language. Will contain true adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you get to watch this audio podcast recording. Now, with this and everything else out the way, let's get let's get to the latest episode of Gozyuger. So basically, the episode starts off like this: we see how working at a store that sells fruits and vegetables, and basically, he was wearing this city outfit, this city outfit because it's a fruit and vegetable store, and basically he kept on so basically he kept on he started to smell something, and basically he started to sniff the customers. So basically, the owner of the store, it's like the owner of the store, hit the slash boss was like, what the hell are you doing? Stop sniffing the customers. Like, I smell something very peachy. I know we're out of peaches, but I can't. No, I smell something very peachy. And basically, like, you know what? So the store owner ends up telling how to get out of the store because you're sniffing the customers and whatnot, and how once again got fired from the job. And basically, and that's when we see Rio, the Blue Ranger, saying that explaining that the wings the side effect of the go do your rings, it gets you supernatural abilities and whatnot. Basically based off your ring. So basically, since you're a wolf, since your ring is a wolf, so basically, the your new your heightened sense of smell is all because of your ring, giving you supernatural hearing abilities and whatnot, and basically based on the wolf and whatnot. So anyway, so Will and how he had stumbled across a crowd gathered with some prime minister dude, and basically, like, how was like, who is that? Who is that dude? Is he some type of celebrity, whatnot? Turns out he's the prime minister of Japan and whatnot. So basically, he's the youngest prime minister of Japan and whatnot. And basically, like, that's for that's for that's for Rio explained how. And basically, and turns out he's a very popular prime minister. And basically, turns out he has one of those silver Tega swords, and the Dom ring, and basically transform into Dom of a Tall. It seems like the actor who played Dom of Tall in Dom Borders was not available to be in this. It seems like he's not in this. It turns out that the actor who played Tall, or AKA the Red Dawn Motor Ranger, is it's not featured in this episode, basically based off Dawn Brothers and whatnot. So anyway, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister transformed to Dawn Martello and hyped up the crowd, and the child was cheering and whatnot. And basically, while that was going on, you know, the guy who owns the fruit and vegetable store, his store was empty, and basically he was kind of like, I wish that, he kind of he kind of wished that the prime minister would come into his empty store and make his store popular, and therefore he get more business. And basically, after hearing that, a number 1 monster, appeared through a portal and basically grabbed the owner of the fruit and the fruit and vegetable store and absorbed that person, and therefore the monster was able to enter enter mm, enter into the realm without any problems. So basically, turns out the monsters cannot physically enter into the universe that the Gozers are in, unless they have a human host and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, this latest #1 monster is a monster who loves to be popular by using mind control and whatnot. So anyway, before he did anything, he stumbled onto the crowd, gathered with the Prime Minister who transformed into Don Martel. Before the monster even did anything, the Prime Minister easily forced the popularity monster to retreat and whatnot, and pretty much that was pretty much it. After the popularity monster, was forced to retreat by the prime minister, who has the power of Dom Martel and the Dom Ring, and him and his, he cheered on his fathers and whatnot. He, he cheered on his fathers and whatnot, blah blah, and basically, and he not leaving and whatnot. So anyway, basically, so basically, we cut to the cafe that Hal lives above being managed by Ryoga and whatnot, and so basically, Ryoga, so basically, Rio and Hal was telling Ryoga what happened today, and basically, and Howard said that I'm gonna get that Dom ring from the prime minister, and basically, and that's when we see the girl sitting next to the table, saying that uh, good luck with that, and basically, the prime minister, the prime minister is a very good fighter, and plus, if you guys even try to get near him, you guys are all gonna get locked up anyway. Before you even try to steal that away from the prime minister, you guys will be seriously locked up and whatnot. And basically, so basically, Ryoga and others, how you know so much about the prime minister, and basically, before she said something else, she was she was fascinated how much the parfaits were at the cafe, and basically she got this mystery girl got a phone call from someone and said, "Oh, I gotta go." So basically, if you guys should, I gotta go. If you guys want to, you guys won't get that wings to the prime minister by working separately. You guys either you guys work together and whatnot. So basically, the popularity monster showed up and brainwashed a bunch of people, and basically, so since Ryoga couldn't leave the cafe at the moment, so basically, Rio and Hao what they did with the popularity monster, and basically the popularity monster used his powers to brainwash the people to make himself popular. And that's when, Rio said that, I'll show you some I'll show you some real popularity with me. And basically, Ryoga started to, since Ryoga is this versatile pop star prince and whatnot, he started to say a lot of fans appeared, including Banquet, who was one of the generals. Banquet. She was looking around the humor, and basically she fallen in love from Rio singing and pop boy looks and whatnot. So basically, the popular monster challenge. So basically, the popular monster challenge, we all go, and whoever for who can get the most votes, popular votes and whatnot, and basically, so basically the challenge was on. It's like by the end of the day, who who's the most popular, who can get the most popular votes and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, like so basically, the monster left, and so did Rio did, and how it's like this is ridiculous. This whole popularity thing is ridiculous, and basically, like and that's when the prime minister showed up. It's like, well, popularity is not a ridiculous thing. It's like we're trying to teach how that popularity is not a ridiculous thing, and showing him that was trying to teach how that popularity is not a stupid ridiculous thing. It depends on popularity. It depends on how how a person how how, how a person acts towards others and whatnot. And basically, so basically, the prime minister was trying to teach how the true meaning of popularity by and you probably do some good things, helping out some people, and but how they want anything to do with that, and basically he tried to use the prime minister, and basically and he stumbled near a laundromat, and so and the person who was running that laundromat had a problem that he couldn't figure out which clothes were clean, which clothes are dirty. And basically, Gangsta House News, sense of smell, he's able to tell the dirty clothes from the clean clothes by using his sense of smell and smelling the clothes and whatnot. And basically, the guy who works at the laundry at Gang House, and basically, like, and that's what the prime minister said, oh, see, this is an example of what popularity is. I've been trying to tell you that popularity doesn't mean you have to be famous or whatnot. It depends on what type of person you are towards others. So anyway, we cut back to the popularity monster wheel, and how wait to see who's the most popular out of all of them, and basically we see the ballot box being stuck with ballots. We see the ballot box being stuck with ballots from out of nowhere, and it turns out that turns out the prime minister won the popularity vote and whatnot. And basically, the popularity monster was not happy about this, and we did showed up, and basically, the popularity monster started to attack. Was about to attack them, and basically that's when Banquet shows up with a with a giant robot, and basically Leo Leo said that don't worry, I'll deal with the robot. I deal with the robot. How in Ryoga you deal with the prime minister and the monster, and basically so basically he summoned the Tega. He summoned the giant Tegazord and formed the blue version of the Tegazord Megazord to battle Banquet's, giant robot and whatnot. So anyway, how was fighting with the prime minister who walked into Don Momotaro, and Ryoga was basically fighting off the foot soldiers and whatnot. With, with, by using his T-Rex, his Tyrannosaurus hammer and whatnot, beating up some foot soldiers. So anyway, we are using the Tegazord Boom Megazord formation, took down Banquet giant robot and forced her to retreat. We Olga took out the foot soldiers and help and help and help how to temporary to catch Dom on top to catch the prime minister who used the Jetman wing. Turns out the Prime Minister had another Sentai ring, being the Jetman ring, to use to fly and whatnot. And basically, Ryoga used the Ohranger ring to transform into Ored and trap the Prime Minister in this energy pyramid and whatnot. So anyway, after so basically, once the prime minister was temporarily detained, Hal was able to save the food, the owner of the fruit stand slash owner of the vegetable store slash fruit store and separated. He freed the old man from the Apocalypse monster, and therefore he was able to destroy the monster after he freed the owner the owner from inside the monster and whatnot, and basically how to destroy the monster and before the owner who is inside the monster was like was kind of grateful to Hal for saving him and whatnot. Even though he did not know that he's the Red Ranger and whatnot. So anyway, the prime minister said that I want the popularity vote. So basically, like there's no need for me to be to continue fighting with you guys right at this moment. So basically, like and how and that's when we see the weird girl pulled up in a Cadillac truck, and turns out her name is Sumi, and basically turns out she's the unicorn. It turns out that she also has a, a go user ring as well, and basically turns out she's a high class private detective that works with the prime minister and whatnot. And basically, her and some civilian in the prime minister left in the Cadillac, and basically, Rio, and how de-transform back into their normal forms, and basically, and that's when we see Go to Ego, who tried to attack Hal earlier during the fight between the Prime Minister and Hal, tried to attack Hal during the fight between him and the Prime Minister, and basically, and that's when go to Egypt, de-transform. It turns out he was some old guy named Jojo, like he's like grandpa age and whatnot. And he said, "My name is Jojo. My name is Jojo. I am Zoo. I am go. I am go Zoo. I am go Zoo. Jojo Eagle." In the episode ended with Ryoga, Will, and Hal wondering, like, this old man is a ranger who just like us, and Hal swearing to get that Sentai ring get that Dawn Butter Sentai ring from the Prime Minister, and basically that's how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this episode was I was kind of hoping that that we would see the actor who played Donald, who played Taro from Donald to show in this episode. But it is what it is. So basically, but this episode was kind of wacky. Was kind of wacky, it was kind of wacky in a good way and whatnot. So basically, the one thing I wish we would have had the actor who played Taro, aka Damo Taro, the Red Ranger, and Dawn Brothers to play a different version of himself and Go User in this episode of Go User. But this episode was okay. So anyway, what do you guys think about this latest episode of Go User? Good, bad, or just okay? please let me know with the comments below. Anyway, starting off with two reviews. One,